Okay, in the previous module we went over all the different features to this Korg GA30 tuner, or electronic tuner that we're using here. And now I want to show you, I got a lot of emails about can I tune my guitar to E-flat tuning. Good question. Okay, E-flat tuning is a tuning used by a lot of different bands. Basically what you're doing is, instead of playing in standard A440 tuning, where your pitches are low to high, E, A, D, G, B, E, you drop each string down a half step. So your pitches are E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat. And a lot of bands do this. Stevie Ray Vaughan would play in E flat tuning all the time. Van Halen, Jimi Hendrix, Live. A lot of other bands, Nirvana, a lot of their stuff was E-flat, I believe. And the reason a lot of bands do this is a couple reasons. One is because it makes it a little easier on the singer, because everything is a half step flat. That half step makes a big difference. Instead of having to hit a pitch of E, they hit the pitch E-flat. So it's a half step easier for the singer, vocally. Another reason is because it makes, for the guitar players, because us, we're guitar players, it's all about the guitar. It makes it a little easier to bend strings because the strings are looser. They're a half step flat. A little easier for the guitar to play. And it sounds a little different. It sounds a little darker. Alice in Chains, another band, just about all their stuff E flat. A little darker sounding. So experiment with it. It's really cool. And a lot of fun. Okay, so how do I do this? Very easy. If you have a tuner that has a flat button, or a tuner that you can grab with flats. Now you can do it by ear also, and we'll get into that in another module, tuning by ear, where you just, if your guitar is in tune, you would play like an E-flat note, like on the D string at the first fret, and that's E-flat, first fret on the D string, and then tune the low E string to that pitch, kind of match it up, and then tune your guitar to the E-flat note because you just tuned the low E down to E flat and then go all there. But you have to be able to have relative pitch to do that, so you can hear one pitch and match it up. You got to do that by ear. If you're first getting going on the guitar, your ear's not going to be that developed yet. It will be. We will get it developed here at the Next Level Guitar. Don't you worry. So for now, to save yourself some frustration, use the tuner. So here we go. So you turn your tuner on. Okay? Now remember, your tuner should be on guitar. It says guitar right across here. Now, whenever you turn this tuner off and turn it back on again, it's set up to tune for A440. No flats. And you can see the 440 right here on the screen. Now what you want to do is hit the flat button once. And a little flat sign appears next to the note name right there. Little small b. That means it is now set to tune for one half step flat. One flat. Okay? And so you use the tuner now just like you were tuning to standard tuning, except it will automatically set, it's calibrated to go one flat. The only thing is, if you turn the tuner off while you're doing this and turn it back on again, it's going to calibrate itself back to A440. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to just, let's say you hit it accidentally. You turned it off, right? Now when I turn it back on, watch. See? The flat's gone. It's not there. You have to manually put it in there. And that's smart that they do that, because this way, otherwise, like if you forget you had it on E-flat and you leave it there and you turn it on, and that could, you could be tuning E-flat all the time even when you don't want to. That could make it for a very embarrassing moment on stage with your band. When you come out for your first song, everyone's in standard tuning, you're in E-flat, and yuck. Very bad. Okay, so one flat. So hit the flat button one time. Make sure just once. You don't want 2 or 3 or 4. Or 5. You want one flat right there, and then just tune it like you normally would. For instance, I'm hitting the high E string, right? And I kind of had this in E flat tuning before, so I'm just going to tune it like a regular tune it. It was sharp, so I'm going to drop it well past tune, because I always tune up to the note. If you don't know what that means, see our previous module on tuning. And because there's a flat sign there, when I'm right on the 440. It's not, see, it's in E flat. E with the flat next to it. E flat. That's what the one flat is. Now I go to the B string. Hit the B string. That's pretty close. B flat. Now it's tuned to B flat. G string. It's a little sharp. I'm going to drop it past tune and tune up to the note. There's my G. G flat. D. It's right on. D flat. A. Now it's a little sharp. I'm going to tune down, past tune, go up until I get right on. And there it is, A flat. And there's my low E. I'm going to drop it down past tune. And I'm going to put it right on the money. And I'll have my low E flat. And there it is. And now, all 6 strings are now tuned a half step flat because I hit the flat button and I tuned like regular standard tuning, but it automatically, because I have the flat on there, it makes the calibration a half step flat. And that's E flat tuning, and that's all it is. Just make sure the rest of the band or whoever you're playing with is also tuned to E flat. So this is a great tuner because it allows you to tune to different pitches as well as standard tuning, and it's very durable. Notice right here, see these marks on this tuner? Those are teeth marks, my friends, and they're not my teeth. That's my dog, Samantha. I have a golden retriever, and I dropped my tuner one day, and she got hold of it. And she thinks everything is a play toy, and she started chewing on it. And before I could wrestle it from her jaws, she put some serious teeth marks on it, but the tuner works fine. It didn't damage it at all. It's just as accurate as when I bought it, and it does a great job. So for 15, 20 bucks, you can't go wrong. If you don't have one of these, it's a Korg GA30 guitar and bass tuner. Go to our website, and we'll have a link there to one of our friends that you can purchase the tuner and get it in a couple of days. Just remember, when you're done, don't drain your battery. Turn it off.
Great.